Society's made this culture where like women need to show their bodies so that men can want them and men can love them.
And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, yeah, she won't apologize, that women don't apologize. Is it that women struggle with being held accountable?
I'll give you money and you don't have to do anything. You'd go to that other job. As long as weak-ass women exist, men will always have an easier option.
Men are way more attracted to women who give them peace.
The thing is, I could have been that girl. I could have been the one who got married and got the engagement ring, but I decided that I needed to break it off because he was not my person.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
The saddest thing to me is when I see girls revealing their bodies so that they can get attention from men. Or when I see influencers online showing their bodies because they think that's going to get them more followers, because they think that's going to get them more views. And it might, and it will, because we live in a secular world. But baby, you don't need to do that. Like, you are worth so much more than your body and posting pictures online for men to see. Society's made this culture where like women need to show their bodies so that men can want them and men can love them.
Narcissistic attention seeker.
And that's so contradictory to the word of God.
Very true, and I'm so happy that you're doing this with a sweater on.
Woman, a real man, and not even just a man of God, but a real man, period, will love you for you, your characteristics, not for your body. So you don't need to sell yourself to him. You don't need to sell yourself online. It literally breaks my heart seeing just influencers like clickbaiting people on Snapchat and Instagram with their bodies. Like, I know this is super controversial, but like, I'm so passionate about this because you are worth so much more than that. Like, there was a man who was willing to go through the most brutal death and fight his own body for your body. Oh, whoa, that's good. Jesus sacrificed his body so you don't have to sacrifice yours. Facts. You are worth so much more than your body. And if a man can appreciate that, then he ain't the one for you. And you don't need to post your body online for everyone to see and to get the attention of man's approval. Because you already have the approval of Jesus. And like, let's be for real, the only reason that we're posting that is because we want some type of validation.
It's true, and women will not stop because a lot of people not trying to see Jesus. That's just facts. I know it went a little spiritual there, but I think that's what's needed nowadays, more than ever. Let's get on to the next one.
So I was talking to a male friend of mine the other day, and he told me that women don't apologize and women can't be held accountable. And I began to really think deeply about this idea. And one of the things that came across my mind is, in the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came in as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh, and they stopped coming. And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, yeah, she won't apologize. She thinks you're wrong. She thinks you're taking my side. And I began to really reflect, like, oh my gosh, is it true that women don't apologize? Is it that women struggle with being held accountable?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'd love your thoughts on this. Me personally, I think it has to do with a person's level of emotional maturity. What do you think?
There you have it. She said it all. That's a therapist, right? Women are canceling on her. This is something I gotta address too. So if women are canceling on her, and the good therapists out there, the therapists that have a lot of clients, what do you think's happening in those therapy sessions? Sugarcoating is happening, maybe? Oh, you're right, he's wrong is happening, maybe? And not reflecting? You got to do the work. You have to do the work, especially if the man, because you probably suggested it, expecting the therapist to go all in your favor, The man goes. You can't cancel a therapy session just because she shows you where you're wrong in a relationship. How is it ever gonna get better? It shows you though. It shows. Look at all the women leaving guys for divorce, right? Look at the woman divorcing guys. What does that show you? A lot of those women are what? Most likely wrong. Why? Because they're gonna turn around and say, the men are not doing the work. But the therapist is saying, you're not doing the work. Sad, man. The state of what's happening in society is sad. Because think about it. Guys are getting left and taken for everything. And they're going to therapy with the woman and they've refused to apologize. Let me get into the next one.
Imagine a world where weak women didn't exist. Men couldn't just run to a weak woman after a strong woman required more than the bare minimum. If you require time, emotion, respect, honesty, and your man can't do it, he's gonna run to a woman who's happy she's just getting attention. Imagine if these type of women didn't exist. They could either be alone, act right. But unfortunately, these type of women will always exist because some women will endure anything just to say that they're not alone. If a job said, we'll give you money, but you have to work, you'd be upset, but you'd still do it. If another job said, I'll give you money and you don't have to do anything, you'd go to that other job. As long as weak-ass women exist, men will always have an easier option, but a strong man won't give a what he has to do. If he thinks you're worth it, he'll do it.
You can't make this up.
Did you hear what she just said? I'm sure a lot of guys want to cry after hearing that. And she used an analogy. She said, if you had a job and you went and they said you don't have to do nothing, you would keep that job, but you wouldn't like it. But if you had another job and they said you didn't have to do anything, you would like that job more. You just explained that women want to cut corners. They don't want to do the work. The same thing I just showed. They don't want to do the work in therapy. They don't want to. You just said women don't want to do the work. They want a man to do the work. I don't want to do nothing. You try to make it sound smart, but you just said we don't want to work. So let's take it back to the 1940s then. Just cook and clean, and that's it. And let men work again. Let men take over all the jobs, all the high-paying jobs. We put men in those positions. Let men manage the money better. Sorry, man. I know they're gonna feel like I'm hurt. I'm bashing them, and I'm just telling the truth. Let men make the better decisions. I'm not trying to say all women make bad decisions. I'm trying to say men think more logically. Let men think the more rational, logical decisions that need to be made for households, not just coming blowing money. I'm not saying all women, but you guys, you know, I'm going to stop saying I'm not saying all women. Imagine, and you call those women weak? This is why women overseas are winning, because y'all are thinking they're weak. Well, they're some of the strongest women around. Man, sad. This is sad.
Ladies, I will say this all day, every day. Men are way more attracted to women who give them peace than they are to beauty, money, fame, status, anything. And listen, I know the majority of the people that follow me are women, and some of you might get a little bit offended by this, but it's just the honest truth. A lot of women use the we don't care what men want, we're gonna be who we are, and we're gonna talk about our feelings. Whatever. You can say whatever you want, but then you can also wonder why you're not in a relationship you want to be in, or why you always pick the assholes. How all of your exes are toxic, but you refuse to look at the way that you act, or the men that you're picking. Because some of you just be crazy, okay? I read my DMs. I know how it really goes. I will tell you that men will be attracted to having a peaceful woman over having a beautiful woman. Quit trying to be beautiful. Just be a peaceful place. Let them be honest with you. Let them play their video games. Let them go out with their boys. I just feel like women want to control shit all the time. They just want to control. And men feel confined. Like they feel like they're in a straitjacket all the time, and then you wonder why they're uncomfortable. They start going behind your back or doing weird shit. Because women refuse to look at this part of themselves too. Sometimes you be crazy, and it's okay because we're working on it. But listen, you have to hear it sometimes. Because just try this, women. He wants to go out on a Saturday night with his boys to the bar. I hope you have so much fun. Babe, you look so good. Go out, have so much fun. He gets stress-free for him. And watch how fast he comes back. That's what, he's gonna go out with his boys and he's gonna be like, damn, my girl made me feel real good. I just want to get back to her. Men love peaceful women. They just do. They're attracted to peace.
It's what we do, right? Yeah.
Find someone that can finally just be peaceful for them, and it's not just someone nagging and them all the time. Yeah, they're gonna want to stick around. I know men have their faults, and they're kind of pieces sometimes. This is just a video for the women to tell you that you're kind of pieces sometimes also. Okay? Listen. We're all faulty. You know I fuck.
She kept it real with y'all. It wasn't even in a angry tone. But she kept it real. She said she hears the DMs from you, woman. She effing loves you. She even said that. That was a tender smack on the buttocks. Act right, ladies. Pow. That was a love slap. But will they eat that, though? Will they eat it? I'm looking for a woman to hear something and eat it and say, okay, yeah, I need to change. And yeah, I got to work on that. Yeah. But men are forced to, though. Men have to eat things in this world. Like, men have to eat, just like what I explained a little while ago. The fact that, yeah, women are in a job. Women are the most qualified for work, but also women are the ones that go to college for 8 years, or not 8 years, because you'll probably be a doctor or lawyer, but go to college for 4 years or 6 years to get a master's in something that doesn't make any sense, that doesn't pay. It would be smarter to come out and get a job, and then after, if you need to go to school, if you're working at a job and they say, all right, go to school, and you see there's a position that needs a college degree that will make you 80,000, 100,000, and it doesn't cost that much. You get a simple degree from anywhere. Yeah, I think that'd be smarter. But that's how guys think. Be a man's piece. That's the moral of the story. Be a man's piece. And as she said, you will see men will come back with a smile on their face and won't be looking to deceive you all the time. But let me get into this next video.
I'm getting sick of men saying that. I want a woman to be my piece. You don't. You want a woman that won't question you when you bring in chaos in her life, talking about be my piece.
All of a sudden, this guy has to come along and ruin it for everyone. I don't think girls are stinky poos. I don't think. I think you're a queen.
How you want her to be your piece?
That's you, simp.
When all you
Another one. Another banner.
doing is bringing nightmares in her life. And every time she speaks up, you say she's disturbing your peace. Of course she is. Because you cheating. You ain't available. Don't validate her. When you say you want a woman to be your peace, you mean you want a woman that don't speak up for herself. That don't call you out on your motherfucking bullshit. If you not doing bullshit, this piece don't even have to say be my peace when you are bringing peace. What peaceful ass nigga has ever had to say, be my peace? Chaotic men, the disrespectful men, the men that got fucking problems.
Come on, one situation.
Have they cake and eat it too? Those are the men that scream, I want a woman to be my peace.
Oh, it's Mr. MVP, simp.
That guy is a panderer for the money, and I'm getting tired of seeing these guys, right? Let me tell you why I'm getting tired of seeing these guys. You see at the end how he laughed? You seen that laugh at the end? He said, we just got another 1,000 women to watch the show. That's what he said, because you guys know him. He's on that podcast with a bunch of women are in the stands. He said, we got 1,000 more. That's what they need the woman to watch. I'm not mad at the guy, but he needs to be stopped. But women aren't going to learn. They're not going to learn, and then on top of that, they're not going to learn. All he's doing is contributing to 2030. Will there be more women single and not married? Yes, guys, this is why that number's coming. This is why. Because a podcast like this, where a bunch of women are sitting in the stands, listening to something that's not going to equal them being friendly to a man or actually being a man's piece. Now, this is for something that if a man is treacherous, yes. But if a man comes home from work and wants to play his video game because he wants to ease his stress, be his piece. Not for what he broke down one situation. There's so many other situations where women aren't being a man's piece. That's what a guy means by that.
My ex got engaged a year after we broke up, story time. I should also just preface he got married a year and a half after we broke up as well. So anytime I hear a man say like they haven't healed from their last relationship, I'm like, but my ex did it real quick, so I don't believe you. When I initially found out that 1, he got engaged, and then 2, he got married, of course it hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings not because I was in love with him anymore, not that I loved him even. It was just the fact that like I could not fathom the thought of already falling in love with somebody else already. The thing is, I could have been that girl. I could have been the one who got married and got the engagement ring, but I decided that I needed to break it off because he was not my person. And the hurt really comes from the idea that how could someone who said that they loved you move on so quickly and form another life with someone else that quickly? That's the piece that hurts.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You left him. Of course he's going to form another life. You just want to come crying, I love you, baby girl. I love you. I love you. and get his heart broken over and over and over again.
The sadness really isn't from the heartache anymore. It's just the fear that I may never meet someone or feel the feelings of falling in love again. I think we can all relate to this because finding love is so incredibly hard. Finding a connection, finding someone that you can actually be yourself with is so difficult, and that's why there's so many people that are single. It's easy to find other people attractive. It's easy to have chemistry with people. You know, it's not easy is forming a deep connection. Those are so hard to find, and they should be hard to find because you're supposed to end up with one person. Just think about it this way. He is somebody else's problem now. He didn't take the time to heal. He didn't take the time to work on himself. He's a chronic dater because he is codependent and he needs somebody to fill the void. But you decided to move on with your life and actually do the work, because the next person that you do fall in love with, it's going to be the right person. You're going to be the best version of yourself. And then you're going to be so thankful you're not in that last relationship, because that relationship would have probably ended up in divorce.
She's salty. Man, it's salt all over the screen. I could taste the tears too. Did you taste those tears? Lick your screen.
It's salty.
You probably taste the tears.
Oh, absolutely.
But no, she's salty. And the reason why I like the screen, she just got finished crying. She got finished crying, right? Wash her face, put the makeup back on. Wash her face, took a shower, put the makeup back on, and then made that little spill there to convince herself when it's her fault. And you said he moved on fast. I bet you that man didn't have 100 numbers in his phone like you probably do. 20 backups. That's why it's easy for you to, you're having a hard time moving on. Because once you leave that, you left that guy and he was everything you wanted. But you left him maybe because he probably wasn't making 100,000, I bet. He probably was at 85,000, 90,000. He probably was 5'10", not 6 feet. Guys, I'm telling you, man, all the numbers got to match up. He probably was a little bit off. She said it too. You're not good enough. Oh, he's not good enough for you. He wasn't matching up to what you want. Nobody is. Listen, ladies, the world is not perfect. What guys are trying to do, especially when guys leave, and what you should be trying to do too, find that man, humble yourself, and find that man that makes you happy. And also, it's not a full provider, but somewhat of a provider. What does that mean? You have to do some work too. And not only physically, mentally. And that's when a lot of you will have someone. 2030 is coming soon.
What are you waiting for? Answer's coming.